a co-founder, obviously the next big decision that you need to take is who is your first employer, who are your first group of employees. And that's important for a bunch of reasons, right? So first reason obviously is that, while in most other employees, you look for the long-term fit, with the organization, and you can afford to do a few experiments. In case of the first, the first 2 or 3 employees, you need to balance both, short term and long term, right? Long term in the sense that, okay, is this guy really bought into the vision of the organization? And is he bought so well that he's ready to go through the ups and downs of a startup journey, right? There'll be frustrating moments, there'll be continuous night outs, there'll be so many things that you have to go through as a startup, right? And there'll be uncertainties in terms of, okay, what is tomorrow holding for us and so on and so forth, right? So is this person really signed up for the vision of the company so strongly that, he's ready to go through this grill? Right? Well, obviously, he's not being compensated as much as you as a founder will be compensated in the long run, right? So it's a long-term perspective, right? At the same time, the short term is equally important because, these are your key employees, your first 2 or 3 employees, and they have to run the show for all practical purposes till you grow up and scale up as a team, which basically means that this person also has to have the right kind of skill sets. When I say skill sets, there's a lot of personality aspect to the skill set, right? So that, the long term actually comes, right? If you fail in the short term and don't deliver to your customer, then the long term is never going to come, right? So you have to have a person who can, deliver both in the short term and the long term, and is really signed up to the vision, right? And of course, startup journey involves, wearing a lot of different hats, including in some cases, if you have a garage startup, for example, you have to sweep the floor and you have to pay the electricity bills and so on and so forth, right? So can this guy wear various hats? Right, and work in ambiguity and also work with very less guidance from the founders, but very much aligned with the vision, so that even if you are busy doing something else, he can run the show for his part of the job, right? So on and so forth. So that becomes a very important aspect, and why hiring the first employer, the first 2 or 3 employees is the key decision that you are going to take, after you choose your co-founder, right? So if I were you, I would choose a person whom I know and and can trust to take care of things by himself or herself.